新ロブジラ
Let's start things off with a slice of cardboard. We've got a pretty fried and low quality looking image of Hedorah on the front over here, and as you can see, Godzilla 1971, Godzilla 2025. Back of the tag will showcase some blues and a pinkish fleshish tone, maybe possibly thing. Side of the tag shaped out to that of Godzilla's dorsal fins. And here's the inside of the tag. Sing it with me, kids, once more. Now, I'm well aware many of you are likely going to have a lot of questions as to how this guy sizes up to the 68 and how much of a reissue / retool he is. Thankfully, that's very simple to answer, and we'll do that later. Because we gotta talk paint and detail. First off, the dorsal fin paint starts a little bit further down the nape of Goji's neck and into his back over here. The standard wide release of the 68 mold from the Movie Monster Series Memorial Box back in 2004 started up a bit higher, but hey, I'm not complaining. Look at all of this lovely paint, which unfortunately got a bit dinged up during shipping. I see you there, Lumen. The very white and powdery paint, thank God, isn't going to be following suit from some of the terrible white paint applications we got last year. No, because they are actually a mixtures of whites and silvers, really giving it a two-toned look. Not in any way, shape, or form masking any of the beautiful detailage, although there is some strudel up there. No, but for the most part, dorsal fins looking pretty on point. Definitely a lot more fuller in terms of paint, at least until we get here where it's not fully painted. But hey, that paint and detail is going to follow throughout until the mid portion of the tail, and then it's just detail on the tail. And then we got that almost carpeted looking details on the underside of Godzilla's tail, and your very standard looking details all along the side and tops of the tail. That being said, that detail that we just saw on the tail is essentially going to follow throughout the entirety of the figure. Yeah, I'm not going to stand here and count the bumps and grooves on Goji's body, but look at his lumpy little tummy. At this point in time in his career, Godzilla was already a dad. He's adapting the dad bod, and the detailing is quite nice, if for some strewn paints over here. Unlike the original wide release, there will not be any highlights along Goji's body. Not over here, not over here, not over here, and that's just dandy. Because we do get some lovely paint apps on his toes, as well as some details, and that's going to be present on both sides. Really loving the detailing going on the neck, looking like a package of hot dogs encased in, I don't know, leather cowboy boots. And now we take a look at the head, where we are going to get basic white eyes, black pupils, and arguably one of the better inner mouth paints for this incarnation of Godzilla. The inside of his mouth isn't going to be pink, and it's going to be more of like a candied starburst, strawberry or fruit punch looking tone. The teeth, for the most part, are going to be very lovingly painted. Nothing to complain about. I mean, both of the fangs over here look like they got overpainted. And believe it or not, there is going to be a tongue in his mouth that you can, not see. Hold on. There you go. You can see a little bit of it in there. And it is actually painted, which is type crazy. How? That's gotta be a colored piece of mold, right? Like, there's no way. They just painted the teeth, right? And the detailing on Goji's head is as you'd expect. Pretty damn good, even if it's just a remold. We hear the word mold degradation so often these days. And yet this guy, who originated in 2004, is still looking like a spring chicken, if not for some of those random white paint strewn abouts on him. I can't complain. He's got that little pushed up nose, those very strong brows, and that glazed look in his eye that feels as if he's looking into your very soul and knows all of your secrets. Now yes, this figure is just a remold, but he does have brand new arms. And they're really not going to present anything crazy. It's more or less just a new positioning. Or looks like he's calling out into the mist saying, same can be and will be said for the opposing arm. Painted claws, detailed up like an MF. Yeah, I am bummed we don't have skeletal hand or damaged eye. Exceptionally basic, but exceptionally exceptional. Plus, it's a wide release of a Showa-era Godzilla figure, which seems to go 50-50 these days, so what's not to be excited about it? Let's kick it on over to size comparisons, and we'll meet right back here for the other stuff. Hedorah will be standing at just about, or directly at, 6 inches tall. Very nice. Shokugan Godzilla Collection. OG movie, OG movie again, limited movie, limited movie, limited movie, Jesus, movie, limited movie, HG, SH Monster Arts, Finger Puppets. Okay, we're back. Articulation-wise, we'll be able to swivel at the arms, swivel begrudgingly at at the legs. These friggin' crotchal tumors still make swiveling just an absolute pain in the butt. So very clearly nothing at the head and nothing at the tail. You can actually see remnants of glue there. Not upset. Exactly what I was expecting. Let's move on to, is this guy a remold or a brand new mold? All signs are really pointing towards just a remold with brand new arms, and since this guy is a remold of a mold that's been around for well over 20 years now, there might be some differences in that of height or something. I have seen in-hands popping up from over there in Japan where this guy appears to be taller than this guy. My copy is the exact same height. At some point after his reveal, I was starting to doubt that this guy was a remold of this guy because of how the mouths looked, but I believe a lot of that has to do with the fact that Godzilla's lips and the innards of his mouth were painted on not the original release, but you get it. They're painted on this version, they're not painted on this version. As you can see, the innards of Bro's mouth is just all done up, and it's on a black base. Whereas here, yeah, his lips and everything are very much prominent, they're just not being colored out. That and a lot of the very same details are exceptionally present here. From the bumpy grooviness of the necks, to the dad bod gut and titties, inner thigh tumors that are going to be resting right into Godzilla's gooch where this is going on. Gonna be the same damn thing, and while I'm down here, we're going to see the exact same markings on the underside of the feet that the 68 version has. Like, to an absolute T. 21732, Bandai 2003. 21732, Bandai 2003. Trademark and copyright 1968 through 2003, Toho Company Ltd, Godzilla 1968. Trademark and copyright 1968 to 2003, Toho Company Ltd, Godzilla 1968. Dorsal fins are absolutely shaped out the exact same way as the original release. New guy's tail angles up and to the side just like the original release. Seriously, it's all just in the arm placement, and if this is how they're going to tackle certain designs, I am not really upset about that. Yes, it would have been cool to see some suit deterioration on this guy, but that's also a detail that I don't think we really need, but it would be cool to see. And now that we're done with this guy, let's see how New Boy stacks up against Hedorah. Ow. Let's bring in the OG, and yeah, Hedorah has always felt a bit undersized with the original Movie Monster series release. Doubly so with this guy since, damn. Hey, we got that new mold of Hedorah in 2021 and last year. Let's see how he stacks against new Hedorah. Okay, definitely not as tall as Hedorah needs to be. Further proof that Bandai does not give a crap about scale in the Movie Monster series. But for how long? Seriously, can we find out what the hell that is, like, soon? It was to be expected. I mean, the original one really didn't size up much different as compared to the newer. And for the most part, I guess it's just nice to have a Godzilla vs. Hedorah exclusive Godzilla release. Now, speaking of exclusives, Bandai, Toho, Skeletal Hand, Fucked Up Eye, Godzilla Store exclusive. Bandai Limited Movie Monster Series Godzilla 1971 Sludge Battle Damage Version Godzilla. I know y'all plan. I know what you want to do this year. Don't deny me what I want. Hey, it's some truly hyped times to be a Movie Monster Series collector. Old molds are making their way back into the line after many a years, and we're even getting new molds of characters that have needed them for a while, unless your name is fucking Space Godzilla. What the fuck? Big ol' recommend for this guy. It's a design that not everybody has, and 68's prices have really gravitated up and down in recent years. You can get this guy off of Beast of the East Collectibles, and if you use my coupon code SHINROB5, you can get him for a discounted price. I'm aware that this guy and 2.0 Godzilla are on Amazon, but they're both like $42 before shipping, and I'm not sure what or if any shipping costs are even going to inflate those prices or not. Stick with Beast of the East. They're much better anyway. I've been Shinra Jira, and when next we meet, I don't friggin' know. MMS Posing Godzilla -1 is coming out on the 29th, and then there's SH Monster Arts Dark Magician, which I am so friggin' hyped for. So be it another one of those scheduled videos that have been unreleased since November, or a brand new video. I'll see you all then and there. Hope you enjoyed. Social media. Peace.
I